Hello, everyone. This is your market update for November 2nd, 2023. We're going to start with the 10-year Treasury yield. Then we're going to touch on gold, silver, platinum, the Japanese 10-year yield, the S&P 500, and we'll finish with Bitcoin. Right now, we are looking at the daily chart of the 10-year yield. It has fallen sharply since the last few days of announcements, and the line in the sand here is around 4.50%. So if this pullback turns around in the next few days, we get the jobs numbers tomorrow. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. We'll have to see where they end the date tomorrow and early next week. But if we break decisively below the 4.50% mark, that would imply a potential top in yields. So we're just going to have to see how this progresses. But right now, it looks like a pullback, and the 4.50% mark is support. Moving over to gold. We had a sharp breakup, and mostly I believe prices are consolidating. I consider this a bullish consolidation. So instead of kind of pulling back in a 45-degree angle, prices are just kind of inching their way higher. Usually, this will end with a surge breakout. And to me, that would be the 2040 level. I'd like to see a close above the 2040 level within the next week or two, in the first half of November. If we see that, then that would tell me that we're probably going to attack the 2090 level and potentially break out before year end. Jumping over to silver. Silver is consolidating simply. $22 is the line in the sand. I believe as long as prices stay above that, this correction should break higher, hopefully, within the next week or two. I guess it depends. The prices will likely follow gold. So if gold breaks higher, silver should definitely break higher. Platinum prices broke above the trend line, and they are consolidating. We could see a back test, but basically, as long as prices don't close below $900 on a daily time frame, then I think the trend should be higher, and they'll probably follow gold and silver. Over to the Japanese 10-year. So they announced that they would allow rates to rise above 1%. This was their new reference point. So it's not quite a hard cap. The question is, how much are they going to rise above 1%? Is it going to be controlled, or will it become uncontrolled? Just 24 hours after their announcement, they had to go into the bond market and buy more bonds. So we'll see. This is what I'll be watching the next few weeks, especially closely, because this is where I think the stress is, and where we could see something fracture. Over to the S&P 500. So as I showed earlier, 10-year yields are plunging, and the stock market is jumping. To me, there are way too many things that can break in the economy to get too excited. If prices were to close, say, above the 44.50 level, there's a gap in the index price right around here, and it came up to it, and then it rolled over. I'd have to see like several closes above this level to make me think that we're going to see a year-end rally and possibly extends into Q1 2024. Right now, I think this is probably just a bounce that might roll over. And I think if prices break below this low, that's where things will start to get interesting and probably scary. So I'm watching the banks closely too, because they may be leading to the downside. Lastly, on Bitcoin, this move surprised me. This is actually the futures. So there's a few more price gaps in this. I wanted to bring your attention to this over here to the far left of the screen. We had a breakdown and a big gap. And that gap is $35,925. We are at that area now. So in my opinion, we're going to find out if this move is real, because Bitcoin's doing a similar thing to gold. We had a sharp move higher, and prices are kind of consolidating in a bullish manner, and that could lead to another thrust. So we're right here at a very critical point. If prices thrust through here and say get above 40,000, then I'm going to have to say, okay, this is a legitimate breakout. But if prices fail to get above this $36,000 level area, or say 40, because prices are volatile, and they roll over then what I'll be watching is this trend line. We're going to extend this a little further. If prices break below this trend line at any point in the next 3 months, I would say it's could get ugly. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, that's it. That's it. All right. Have a good day.